Stephen, just had a few observations on the first innings, especially the first half. If you look at it, the CSK bowlers went about it quite smartly, as in the Punjab batters were trying to access the smaller boundaries, but in doing so, they gave away the wickets. But one thing was Priyansh Arya played the game quite well on either side of the wicket. So what were the plans against him, and how did it work against other batters with not Arya and also Shashank Singh?
Well, firstly, he had a day out, didn't he? Played very well right from the first ball. It's very brave when you come off a first ball dismissal to look to play a shot like that. Our fault was we were too wide. The plan was to bowl straight at the stumps and create some pressure that way. The first ball we bowled straight, we created a caught and bowled chance, and that changes the night quite drastically. So we were just a little bit sloppy. We were put under pressure, and the young man hit some amazing shots. We succumbed a little bit to that pressure by putting the ball in areas that he was stronger in, and we just didn't adjust quick enough. He counted us, and as I say, he played some beautiful shots. And when batsmen at the other end are faltering, it's pretty special to go out and create the innings yourself, and that was what he was doing for a majority of the game.
And again, adding to that, what were the bowling plans exactly going into the boundary dimensions that you saw?
Oh, it wasn't that much difference, to be fair. There's a few yards in it, but that didn't have a big bearing on the game. The ball tends to fly here, so last year and this year that you get really good value for shots. So you see a lot of sixes, and it was no different tonight. The ball was flying, so there wasn't a big enough discrepancy in boundary sizes to make a big difference.
Stephen, Aditya this side from Yon. Stephen, it was a tough enough game yet again for you. You have 1 second close, but yet so far. So what was the plan like? You failed to chase the target in the last match as well. This was the same script again. So what are the positives you could take from this game? And will there be any strategic changes in the games to come?
Well, positive-wise, we batted a bit better. We got some substance from the top order, which has been lacking. So we were able to then construct the chase. We just weren't able to keep the run rate at a good level through the middle, and it just left too much towards the end. But we've been out of games, so to be in a game for a lot longer is a positive aspect. The game was really lost in the field. I thought we were sloppy in the field, and we just lacked accuracy under pressure at certain times. We were put under pressure by a fine innings, but we've got to be better than that in terms of shutting it down. So that's where the game got away from us. And we're 18 runs short in a big run chase, so we can look at 3 sixes here and there. So yeah, it's a frustrating season so far. The catching has been poor, but it was poor from both sides tonight. Whether it was something in the light, I'm not sure, but certainly for us that was an area of concern. If you want to pick up 20 runs, it's probably that and drop catches. Yeah.
Stephen, since we've seen that there is a new rule of the using of the 2 new balls at the other end, especially in the second innings. So how does you think has impacted the game so much? Especially we have seen in the second innings the advantage is given to the team which is bowling. So what's your say on this thing?
I'm not sure, mate. We haven't bowled second yet. We've been chasing, so I'm not sure how often it's been used. Certainly our games up till now haven't had a lot of dew, so there hasn't been a need to change. So I don't think it's had a big impact so far. But I did note tonight there was a bit more dew in the second innings, so I haven't seen enough to give you an accurate answer on that. Sorry.
Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi.
From Reuters. First of all, if we talk about batting, in the previous matches, we saw that the openers were struggling a bit.
Yeah.
In today's match, Devon Conway did really well, but then the fag end of the match, again, the batters were struggling a bit. So do you think it's the top order issue or it's the middle order issue, and how do you want to go about it in the coming matches?
We weren't too far away today. We had innings of substance in the top. If you're going to win the IPL, you need your top 3/4 to get a majority of the runs. We haven't been doing that. So it was pleasing that we got off to a more solid start. We weren't able to just maintain a high momentum through the middle, partly to good bowling, and maybe we were trying to push it too hard. It'll be something we'll review. But it's not a bad chase. It's 3 hits away, but we just lost a little bit of momentum through the middle.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
English?
Yeah, English is fine.
So Shashank, first of all, congratulations for the win. In fact, you have broken the 4-match losing streak here at Mullapur, and when it comes to the playoff races, it's important to win matches at home. So how important was this win? And most importantly, do we see this as the start of a good momentum here at home in Mullapur?
Yeah, obviously, I mean, if you want to qualify in the top four, you have to win these home games, and especially the ones which are like neck-to-neck games. I mean, we won by about 20 odd runs. So, I mean, these games are very crucial, I feel. Even the one in GT where we played in Ahmedabad, that was also a crucial game. But yes, I mean, obviously last year it didn't go well here at our home. But this year it was lovely. I mean, we had a good practice session. I mean, there was a lot of work before the IPL. I mean, I've mentioned it before as well that we have many practice games and practice matches here. So that really helped us to know the conditions better. And a very good thing. I mean, the momentum obviously is very important. In the next 12 odd days, we are playing 4-5 games. So obviously we can keep this momentum with us, and it will be good for the team.
Shashank, one more thing. You had plenty of positives today, but there was also the dark side where the middle order did not click in. So can you talk us through that middle order collapse that you had?
So in T20 it does happen. I mean, it's a game where you express yourself. So the way we got out, I mean, they just try to express themselves, and we have batting till 8-9. I mean, Marco Jensen, he bats at 7 for South Africa and he plays at 8-9 for us. So I mean, that is the freedom we have given. And someday, like it's obvious that every day everyone cannot click. So it's just that the middle order just didn't click, and it happens in T20.
Shashank, at 83 for 5, you coming in and having a partnership with Priyansh. What was the discussion with him? Especially if you saw most of the batters ahead of you, they tried to access the shorter side of the boundary and got out because of that. But during your partnership with Priyansh, you were able to hit all around the park. So what was the discussion between you?
Yeah, I mean, when I went to bat, I just had a word with Priyansh. I told him that you're playing positively and you play positively because he was playing cricketing shots. I've known him for the last few months, and the way he bats in the nets was the same way he was batting today. So I just told him that you go and express yourself, and my job was to give him singles and like react to the ball, what I usually do. So the way he was hitting, I always knew that I have to play a role where I have to just give singles and have to stay there on the wicket, because the wicket was like we were 5 wickets down. So obviously my role was to stay there till the end, and I think by God's grace I did well.
Shashank, a word on Shreyas Iyer, the captain. How is he behind the scenes? How's the atmosphere? Not in the dressing room only, but also in the hotel. While traveling, is he approachable? How do the team connect, especially while traveling between the venues?
Oh yes, I mean Shreyas from day one, since the time he joined the camp, he's very approachable. His doors are always open for anyone, not only me. I know him since last 10-12 years, but any youngster in the team, they can just go and have a word with him, and he's someone who's always very positive. He always talks positive. There is nothing if buts in his language. So that is the best part and good for the team.
Sure. Shashank, how you see the importance of the state T20 leagues which is happening all over India? Like the Priyansh Arya also much from that only. So how do you see playing the roles of scout and other players who are coming from these leagues?
Oh yes, I mean, I am really in favor of these leagues because obviously you see today Priyansh Arya, then Digvesh Shati in Lucknow. I mean, the players who did well for their state league. I mean, these are really good because obviously you get an opportunity to play under lights, play with Kookaburra ball, play in those pressure situations. So obviously you get to know the character of the player as well, apart from skills, because skills obviously most of them have, but then obviously the mental toughness, the character, you does get to see in these state leagues.
Hi Shashank, congratulations on the win. You just said that you're more of a good timer of the ball than your, the way your strike has been. But your strike rate and your performance say otherwise. How do you balance both the things? Because you just now mentioned that you timed the ball well.
So obviously, I will give this credit to Mr. Brian Lara, because when I played for SRH 3 years back, he was someone who told me that at number 7, number 8, it's not always power hitting. I mean, when you talk about 7, 8, you usually talk about players like Russell or a Pollard. You don't talk about players who time the ball well. So he told me if you're batting at 6, 7, then you better just back your instinct and back your game rather than try to be like someone else. So that gave me confidence. Obviously, I have to look for those angles, because if I'm not a power hitter, I have to see the angles, because so that is what something which keeps me going.
Also, another quick follow-up question to that. You mentioned Brian Lara. You before that mentioned about Shreyas Iyer as well. There is Ricky Ponting too. So there are multiple voices in the team. How do you maintain your own individuality when you go to the field?
I mean, just like I said, like Shreyas Iyer is someone who's always positive. Ricky Ponting, someone who is always positive. Plus, he always tells us to express ourselves. I mean, I've just told before that my form, I was not in the best of the forms. I mean, I played 2 practice games here, didn't score much, wasn't timing the ball well. So Shreyas messaged me, Ricky sir had a chat with me over dinner, that it's just that I have to just time the ball. He told me that I'm a good timer of the ball. He believed in me, and all those things does help at this level. It's not always about skill, it's about the mental setup. So with Ricky sir in our team, he's always positive and always tells us to express ourselves, and that is the best thing any cricketer can ask for.
Thanks.
Shashank, going back to your partnership and the lead up to that, in fact, after the power play, the 4 overs after the power play, you went without any boundary. So around the 10th over was when you launched an attack on the CSK bowlers. Was there any specific plan to take on Patirana and the other quality spinners that they had? And what was the target that you had in mind at that stage? What total would you have been happy with?
So obviously when Patirana came to bowl, my job was very simple to give singles to Priyansh, because the way he was middling the ball, I knew that if he can middle the ball the same way, he'll get 15 odd runs in every over, and that is what he was getting, a risk-free 15 odd runs. And during the second time out, I mean at the 16th over, I think, when me and Marco was batting, Ricky sir came and he told us that what do you think that what will be a good score on this wicket. So I reckon that something around 210, 215 will be a good score, because if you see the average score on this wicket, 180, 190 is a power score on this wicket. So I knew that if we can get 40, 45 odd runs in the next 4 overs, it will be good. That too, we didn't want Surya, he might have come as an impact player, but we didn't want him to come because we wanted an extra bowler. So that is what we tried our best, and I think it went well. Thank you. Thank you so much.